I got my new hoodie, man.
Your boy, Lichmax.
What is I, the Maize Madman? Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here with my guy,
The Maniac.
my other guy,
Your boy, Lichmax.
and of course, the OG.
Oh, what? Hold on now. You ain't going to leave me like, we all about the same age, man. But
Yeah, I know.
OG for old grandpa.
We all about the same age.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Play,
That's
bro.
yo, Sticks. That's targeting. That's targeting.
Yeah.
With ejection.
Hey, yo. So I don't know if y'all knew this, but they won't. So now I can't live stream to Twitter unless I'm a premium member. Did y'all know that?
Oh, that's
Yep, I knew that.
That's
When they start doing that?
I think your premium membership just ran out.
It did, but I was canceling it because I can't support a Nazi. But never mind. I digress. And I'm only talking about, your man Elon Musk, who was doing the salute and all of that. Anyway, let's not bog ourselves down in that. Dope show planned today. We got a special guest going to join us here shortly. But before all of that, ladies and gentlemen, this is unfortunately, bear with me, the very last episode of Maize Out Monday. In 2025,
Hello.
shout out to everybody, man, who has made this thing a beautiful experience for myself. And that includes these guys right here. I got to give a big shout out to my man, the Maniac, who's been rocking with me all year. This started out as Eminem Mondays. Y'all see, this is how far we go back. Eminem Mondays. We added my guy Kinetic to the show. Shout out to Kinetic. Catch him on Gamer Sideline with Lichmax. We then added Lichmax to the show. You guys remember we went through a bunch of special guest appearances before we finally landed on Old Man on the Sticks. Shout out to my guy Sticks. So shout out to everybody here. Also, Marmar, special shout out to Marmar, who's running the Maize Madman. Well, actually, it's now Maize Out Sports Twitter channel. So shout out to him for that. Shout out to my guy Goj. Thanks for the $9.99. Salute to you, sir. Goj always in the chat showing support, even if he's a fan of that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. Shout out to Goj. Shout out everybody in the chat, man. I got my guy DK. Ripstar, who's in the chat. I saw Moose.
Yeah, the troublemaker. Rip the troublemaker, man.
Rip is definitely a troublemaker. I saw Moose in the chat earlier. Everybody who's been here and is around, you guys know I'll be here forever trying to name names, but I'm gonna let my guy Maniac take over. Maniac, go ahead.
Yeah, man, definitely shout to everyone, man. I mean that sincerely. Ghost, I know me and you don't really see eye to eye. but we're not going to go down that road. But we do appreciate you supporting my brother. Honestly, at the end of the day, I'm a man like you a man. It ain't nothing personal. It is what it is. You know, shout the Buckeye fans. There's a lot of them that supports the channel, man. So shout to them and shout to everybody, man. All the Michigan fans that come here and bro, even if it's for 10 seconds, that's support, bro. We'll take that. You know, one like, bro, that's not going to cost you a penny. So we appreciate it, man. And we're pushing for 8,000 subscribers, man. So please get us there. Share this to your friends. You heard? And looking forward to 2026, man.
Absolutely. And shout out to Elon Musk, who just made me pay a premium so that this could stream on Twitter. But anyway, Lich, you got some shout outs, man?
You know, I just want to thank everybody who's over here and has supported me over at the Gamer Sideline from over here as well. You guys are the real ones, and especially those who are here supporting the channel here too. Like, I know some people have come from the Gamer Sideline over here and vice versa. It's good to see that we have a good network for supporting each other as Michigan creators, even though, like, I'm not specifically Michigan, but I am here on Michigan. I am a Michigan fan, to be clear, but it is good to see that we as a community can come together and support each other, even if it's just small as just hitting that like button, or as large as becoming a member. Which, speaking of which, you should become a member. You should do that right now.
Absolutely.
It'd be a perfect time to end the year out as a member of the Maize Madman or the Maize Out Sports channel.
Tell them, Lich.
There is no better channel for Michigan creative football than the Maize Out Sports channel. Become a member today. And if you want to have your messages read, make sure you send it in the form of a super chat. That guarantees somebody up here reads that shit. But yeah, I do. But I want to say shout out to everyone who supports the Maize's channel, who supported us from the Maize from day one to today. This entire year has been a fantastic year, not only just for Michigan football, although it could have been better, but for the channel as a whole. It's been a great ride with everybody. It's just been a great time. I mean, seeing the support, seeing everyone come out in force. The spring game, which I didn't miss, but I know a lot of y'all were there for it. It's just the support's been great.
No doubt, man. Of course, Sticks, we got to let you give your shout outs.
Hey, man, first and foremost, shout out to the good Lord himself, because without him, there would be no us. You see what I'm saying? So that's my number one shout out. My second shout out is big and huge to me, pause, but it's for my son.
Hey, yes.
I got it quick. I caught it quick. I had to, but yeah. my son just got he got accepted into LSU.
That's big,
so
man.
I'm excited about that, and that's academic wise. He have a few other offers, and we're still waiting for the rest of them to come in. We definitely applied for Michigan, so we waiting on that one too.
Let's go.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But that was his first big school that he got accepted to. So that was my shout outs. I love my little homie, and that's the one thing I'm thankful for. And then just everybody supporting both sides of the channels. Like I appreciate everybody welcoming me and everything with open arms, and Maize and Maniac and Lit just bringing me into the fold and bringing me a part of the family. So I appreciate all of y'all, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Shout out to J.R. Morris. Thanks for the 1999 salute. Go Blue. You already know. Go Blue, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maniac.
No, just a heads up. Sticks, you gotta pay a member fee. Don't worry, you'll get it. You get it in the mail. You're like, yo, man, you didn't tell me about this. Hey,
right.
Listen.
I'm already a member. I'm already a member though. Like,
let's go.
Just kidding. Yeah,
and I'm a member of my guy's channel too. Make sure you become a member over there, or Old Man on the Sticks.
And when we unlock membership, become a member of the Gamer Sideline.
And my guy Maniac, when he unlocks membership, and by the way, Maniac is fast approaching the threshold to become to unlock membership and to get super chats and stuff like that. Make sure you help him get there. What you less than 500 away from 1,000? Let's help him get there.
I was gonna say I thought it was 500. Yeah, we just hit close to 200 over at the Gamer Sideline.
Okay, is it 500 where you unlock? On 500 you unlock lives, right?
Super, you unlock.
All right.
Yeah.
Right,
oh,
cool.
okay.
Okay, so you unlock that. So become a member over at Maniac's channel.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, let me get these supers out the way, and we'll get back to previously scheduled programming. Shout out to Ripstar. Thank you for the 199. He says, "Welcome to the show. Remember, voice of college football is full of trash."
Come on, Rip.
Come
Rip,
on, man.
Rip, he's relentless. That dude's he's like those Mexican fighters, and they
I don't know
stop
what they
throwing
did.
punches.
I don't know what they did to Rip over there.
Yeah.
But come on, Rip.
Listen, Rip, we need you to come to the spring game, and we're gonna have you and John Diadamo have a celebrity mud wrestling match.
No, celebrity paper, rock, scissors, best out of 3. Y'all gonna get y'all differences out the way, man. Look, he low key. Thank you for the $10. He didn't have a message. He just wanted to give $10. We appreciate it, brother. Man, we really ran through some time here. This was not. We were supposed to spend 2 minutes on this, but it's hard to do that, obviously. Look, let's talk about this, man. Thoughts on the Wolverines' new head coach Kyle Whittingham. What you think about him so far? The press conference. He showed up in Orlando. He's around the team. He talked for 45 minutes with, quarterback 1. Let's talk about it. Let's start with you, Maniac.
Yes, man. Finally, Michigan has a new head coach, Kyle Whittingham. I mean, he wants to be here. You can see it in the energy, man, and his demeanor, his body language. And the dude is ripped, man. You see him, he's in shape. He don't look sluggish. He don't got no beer belly. This dude could probably bench press me, so he's ready to get it rocking, man. He's there, making sure key players like, listen, man, I'm here to make us win. I'm gonna need you, but at the end of the day, we in a different era of college football. So whoever decides they want to stay, they stay. But I think it's a very good hire. Is it a great hire? That all depends on how we look in the next 2 to 3 years. I think that'll determine that. But as of right now, definitely a good hire, man. And I'm excited to see what Cal brings to Michigan.
No doubt. Lynch Max, what's your thoughts?
After watching that presser, I gotta say I like his energy. I wasn't super sold on him at first when I first heard we got Kyle Whittingham. I wasn't super sold on him, so I was like, oh man, we got an older coach. I feel like this is gonna be a real hindrance to our class. But after that presser, I feel confident that he can get the job done. He's got that energy of it seems like he's a no nonsense kind of guy. He's not gonna beat around the bush when it comes to shit. And I think that's something that Michigan's definitely needed because, we had beforehand, Sherrone Moore, who was very reserved when it came to the pressers. He didn't really give too much away to really give us any information that we could it's actionable. You know what I mean? Whereas with Whittingham, it seems like he's going to be more. I mean, we won't know until we get to the actual season, or at least until he gets actually into the job. But he seems like he's more, I guess, a higher energy when it comes to the team, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something good to look forward to.
No doubt. Sticks, talk to me. What you think?
Look, man. Straight up, man. This guy is what we needed. Period. Point blank. I know we don't think so, but it will come into fruition, and you will see why. Energy where it needs to be. He's a no nonsense type of person. I love the meeting that he had with the coaches. It came out. He went in there with all the coaches. He said, hey, y'all know what business we in. 2 or 3 of you will stay. The rest got to go.
All right. No doubt, man.
When you say that, you know what type of time he on. He about business. And I know, and see, what's crazy is that they always say, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. All them jokers probably behind man, we need a real leader. Well, now you got one, and your job is gone too. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, bro.
It's just what it is. And I feel like he's doing something that reminds me of when we was in the Army. Anytime you're in charge and you go to a new unit and you get your new subordinates under you, you just watch how they operate. That's all you do. You just observe. Okay, y'all do that, y'all, and you're thinking in your mind that ain't gonna work. We're not doing that from this day forward. So all he's doing right now is taking in information. And when he changes it, even Urban Meyer said it. He said, whatever y'all thought y'all practices used to be, he said, they will not be the same when he's in the helm of it. If Urban Meyer's saying that, you know what type of time it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Urban Meyer got nothing but the utmost respect for him. And he was like, he is finna change Michigan around. Y'all finna go in the right direction. You talk about physicality and just how we like to be. He's gonna lead us that way, man. So I have high hopes for the old fella.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna be great.
I got some things to say about Urban Meyer and his relationship, but I'll hold off on that for just a second. Ripstar, thank you again for the 199. He says first W for Coach was kicking out Davis Ward. Yo, Davis Ward, for those who don't know, is in the transfer portal.
Hold on,
Shout
man.
out.
You can't do Davis Warren. Like, first and foremost, Davis Warren can say something right now that Bryce can't say. He beat Ohio State.
That's a fact.
Like, don't do him like that, like, man, because he had that crucial pass that we needed that got us that first down. So we ain't gonna do Davis Warren like that, man. Without him, we wouldn't have won.
Make a Wish Warren did come through for us. I gotta give him that.
Make a Wish Warren.
Hey, look. So look, we have our guests here with us. Lich Max, this is the time where we're gonna have to drop you. It's not personal. We're gonna bring you back up. I promise. Everybody, though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, Lich, if you had something else to say, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm head down. Make sure you guys send super chats so they can read them.
Oh,
okay.
That's how we do it? That's how we do it?
Lich did that to himself.
Oh, man. You are
all right.
like...
Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed to have Really Flawed from Really Flawed Football here. Golf claps all around, ladies and gentlemen. How you feeling today?
I am alive. I am well. How are you all?
We are also well and alive, which is a good thing. I know you said you sound good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. I know you said you had something to say about the coach, so we're gonna allow you to have the floor and talk about our coach.
Yeah, I do. I have opinions about everything. I just don't often share them. So I do my research, and I know that somebody said a couple of days ago that I think he's the coach that Michigan needs right now. I don't know who said it and what show that was, but I actually agree with that. I think he's going to provide stability, and I think he's going to just bring the Michigan brand back to what's going on. And I think anytime you have a consistent leader, I feel like the rest follow. And so, yeah, I liked the hire. I didn't love the hire, but I don't have to love the hire. I think it's a good move for Michigan, though. And I know that a lot of people don't trust like what's happening in the administration. I thought this move showed a lot of maturity from the administration to go out and make this hire, because it's not sexy, but it's a good hire. And so I think it's a great hire.
Absolutely. And this is my fault. You got, as the guest, you do get the big chair, as we call it here.
Oh gosh, I don't need that. Oh god, no, that's okay. Just put,
right.
This is weird.
All right. All right. No. We don't want to make you uncomfortable for sure.
Right.
Go back to our boxes.
I mean, listen, if you want to put me on the big screen, okay, I'll comb my hair out and make it look really good on the big screen.
Don't worry about it. You're great. All right. So look, I know that Whittingham, and I this is me now speaking on Whittingham. He's been great at Utah for years. We talked about that. 21 years, 18 winning seasons. It's not easy to do, especially at a program like Utah. They're not necessarily, Ohio State, right? We know that he's also recruited pretty well for a guy at Utah, including this class, right? He has Celeste Moa, who Michigan wanted, who a lot of people wanted. He has Kelvin Obit, who Michigan wanted, and a lot of people wanted. 5-star and a 4-star top 100 player in his class. This is not his class anymore, but in his former class at Utah. Both of those guys chose Utah over Michigan, even after taking official visits to Michigan. By the way, both of them took official visits to Michigan and still chose Kyle Whittingham in Utah. So he can win recruiting battles, and that's at a level. He's at a Power 4 level, but really, Utah is a rung below, the Michigans of the world, right? And he's winning those types of battles there. He's also just a decent human being from everything that we've read, everything that we can see. Even in that press conference, right? He came across as nothing but a gentleman, straightforward. I see a lot of people in the comments talking about how he is, not afraid to fire people, and he spoke about that, being honest with the current crop of coaches at Michigan, saying, hey, I'm bringing 7 or 8 guys. That's room for 2 or 3 of you. We'll get there when we get there, right? So I can appreciate that. And so far, I think this is a great hire, and I can't wait to see, what comes of it.
Yeah, I think he also is going to help that offense be a little bit more dynamic because he comes from run first, like that's what they do. But I think that he will evolve. Anyways, this isn't my opinion about Michigan right now. So, anyways,
no.
This isn't my show. I'm just here as a guest. But yeah, I have a lot of opinions about him. But I think it's a great hire. So, yeah. Anyways, absolutely.
And while you're here, and because you have some knowledge on these things, we did want to talk about this. Thoughts on possible OC and DC offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. There's rumors already about Jay Hill at defensive as Michigan's next defensive coordinator. He worked with Whittingham before. He's now the defensive coordinator for BYU. That looks like it is, what's next in line for Michigan. Also, Jason Beck, who we can't forget, Utah's offensive coordinator now. 5th overall offense in terms of scoring offense, scoring 41 points a game this season. That's something that Michigan would definitely welcome in terms of, offense and getting points on the board, which is something they struggled with at times this year. Talk to me. Let's start with you, Flawed. What do you think about either one of those guys coming to Michigan?
I think they're great hires because the thing that Utah did really well or does really well is in the trenches. Our offensive line is always great. Defensive line is always great. We all know in the Big Ten, especially teams like Michigan, you usually win in the trenches. And so I think that is an upgrade in my personal opinion. And I think that he's going to bring also the experience of getting guys ready to go and the experience of being great in the trenches. That's where it starts. And then I think as you work back, they always just find guys. And at Utah, he had to find guys. Now he has a little bit of a luxury to be like, I'm the head coach at Michigan. Like, you don't want to come play for us. So I just all around, anything he does is going to add value. And anything he brings from Utah, I think is great because Utah was a great football team in all the right places. And that's what Michigan needs. I think that's what they're lacking this year. It was just kind of like I watched, was it the left guard? Somebody this year. I was like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? Like, is he okay? So anyway, right. I think it's a great hire. Whoever he brings in, I trust them 110% because he's earned that.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Sticks.
I agree with what she said. I feel like with Jason Beck, we're going to get a more efficient offense, a more complete offense, and a good switch in personnel to where you're going to have multiple packages. It's just not going to look the same, which is going to allow you to really test that defense. Now in the trenches, that's where they live. As we said, they were a part of they were one of the finalists for the Joe Moore. Was it the Joe Moore Award? Yeah. So that's a plus in general there. Then on the defensive side of the ball, if we bring in Jay Hill, again, I'm all for guys that are willing to evolve and do things different. It seems like with Wink, I just knew where the blitz was coming from. And when you know where the blitz is coming from, it's easy to beat. Wink wasn't very confusing. And I feel like with you to be able to do what you did with the BYU defense and not have that level of talent that you're going to have at Michigan, that allows you to cook up. And so I feel like he'll be able to scheme a lot better because you have a lot better talent. And so as long as we can win in the trenches, which we already know, that's one thing that Michigan has always hung its head on is the trenches. And this year we took a step back. But if we can get back to what we do with those individuals, I feel like the sky's the limit for us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This chat is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. They're cooking in the chat. Yeah.
We apologize.
Right.
In advance. We apologize in advance.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Behave.
You'd be surprised about the things I'm used to seeing. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny.
All right.
Excuse us, please.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Maniac.
It's just rip.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely two coordinators that I think gonna come in and shine bright, and it starts with the head coach, right? He's the CEO, he's the head of all this, and we need to get back to reestablishing, like you said, Sticks, that physicality in the trenches, but also that discipline. We lacked a lot of discipline this year. We was every game we lost, even games we won. We like, man, what are we doing out there? We looked lost. So I think we won't see that. The question becomes, how much can we retain from this roster, and how much are we going to be able to replenish in the trenches defensively? Our O-line is stacked for years to come, as long as nobody leaves, right? But that D-line. So Jay Hill has his work cut out for him. So does Coach Whittingham. So I'm eager to see what they do in the portal and what we end up with, what they do with that product. And then offensively, yeah, Jason Beck. Utah, Michigan and Utah run similar offense. They both want to run the ball. We know that. Michigan is probably going to have a 3-headed monster. Justice Hayes comes back, which is looking like he is, but there's no definitive answer. Then you got Jordan Marshall, and we have number 1 running back in the class, and Savion Hyder, who's going to see a lot of playing time. So Michigan got nothing to worry about in the trenches, as long as, they go in there and play better than they did. And, of course, getting Bryce up to speed and much better, because last season was no bueno. So hopefully, man, these two coordinators come in and they get it rolling, man, because I don't like these bowl games. I'm not a bowl game kind of guy unless it's in the playoffs.
No doubt. I agree with you, by the way. And we're going to run through these supers in just a second. Let's get them ready. That said, I think that both of these guys would obviously be pluses to Michigan staff. These are guys that worked with Whittingham before, so he's got a rapport with them. They have a rapport with him. They know how each other works, right? So I think that kind of continuity is what we need. I saw Rip bring up that, what makes Hill better than Wink. And look, that's a valid point. Wink is, has been a good defensive coordinator. I'm not going to sit here and say he's been trash the whole time he's been here, because that wouldn't be the truth. But at the same time, like Maniac pointed out, there are obvious things that Wink does that I think other teams have picked up on. And hell, sometimes you don't even have to watch the film to pick up on it. You watch a couple plays in the live game, and you can see what's going on, right? The lack of stunning and twisting at the line, we talked about that. It's just relying on bull rush and stuff like that. It just hasn't been enough. That's why that defensive line, part of why that defensive line wasn't able to, get adequate pressure without bringing an extra man, right? So all of those things, I think Jay Hill could help to shore up. That said, let's run through these supers real quick. My guy Johnny Olden Jr. Don't tell Johnny Olden Jr. what to do on Johnny Olden Jr.'s live. Thank you for the $5. He says, salute to the squad. Get with it or get rolled over. Period. Those are the only options. Johnny said so. All right. Lich 199. Thank you again. He said, why will Hill be better than Wink? Voice of college football and Steelers. Yo. Wink is out of control, bro. I just explained the Wink and Hall and Hill thing. Don't do this. My guy GT, thanks for the $5. He says, my sources are telling me that Marcus Freeman turned down the New York Giants job after finding out he couldn't set his own schedule. Yo.
Oh, that's cold.
Shout out to GT. We all here to have fun. All right, let's move on. What's our next topic, Lich?
Should be the Texas. We did that. Next.
We just did that, Lich.
Reverse. No,
we did that already, Lich. All right, thank you.
No, man.
Oh no.
Hey, at least your hat is fire, so it's cool. It's all good. I
Maniac.
love that hat. I can't stop staring at it. I'm like, I might need that.
It is pretty dope.
It is. I'm obsessed.
Lich, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get this one. Actually, we don't have it here. We need a
Texas,
Citrus Bowl.
Michigan. The Citrus Bowl preview. Hello.
Oh well, hook 'em. That's all you need to know.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
You know what's funny is, well, some of you might know this, I don't know, but my second team, like Michigan, is like my favorite college football everything, because I think you guys have the best fight song. Like
We definitely do.
The Michigan fight song, it is college football to me. Like as soon as I hear it, I'm like, it's go time. I'm like, we're so ready. So Michigan is actually my favorite second team. I have a Michigan hoodie. Like I love everything about Michigan. So I'm just saying, I love Michigan. I am all in, except for when they play my Longhorns. Then then it gets a little tricky. So then it kind of gets a little off.
Has Michigan won one of those games yet? A Longhorn game? That's
no.
Disrespectful. How do you feel about Mr. Brightside though?
Yeah, if anybody's watching this that knows me before all of this, I called Bryce Underwood going to Michigan when he was committed to LSU. Okay. And everyone was like, you're effing crazy. And I was like, bet that. So I don't know what it was. There was something when I saw him smiling at Michigan and just like feeling comfortable at Michigan. And I think he took a visit to LSU at one point and I saw him, I don't know if it was his girlfriend, but I saw him like grabbing her hand kind of tightly. And I was like, oh, I don't think he feels safe. Like, I think he's actually making sure she's okay. Right. That's not a good feeling. I know that grab. I've seen that grab. And so for me, I was like, he wants to be at home. He's going home. I can feel it. So
no doubt.
Could be the 12 million too, though. No.
I mean, that never hurts, right? That never hurts, but you got to play your cards right. You got to play your cards right.
Absolutely.
The other thing I will say too is I'm kind of looking forward to if Texas wins this game. It kind of kickstarts what it did for us for the national championship back in 2004. Yeah. So if we can get this bowl win like in 2025, maybe in 2026, it will catapult us to do something bigger. But anyways, little history you didn't know you needed to know.
Yeah,
we're here now. Go ahead, man.
I want to ask, really flawed this. So, so who are the key players who are going to be sitting out this game for Texas? Let's start on the defensive side.
Hey, go chill out.
Yeah, I think we should do who's playing. Who's playing that will make a difference. Because who's sitting out? Okay, so we have Ethan Burke is sitting out, will be impactful. Trey Wisner sitting out will be impactful. The entire offensive line is playing. Trey Moore sitting out.
Your running back, right?
He's a running Trey Wisner's running back.
He's transferring, correct?
He's transferring. Yeah. Deontay Moore, depending on what you think, he won't be there. I think that's all for the offense, actually, when it comes to starters. On the defensive side of the ball, Anthony Hill Jr. has declared for the draft. He's not playing. Michael Taft has declared he's not playing. Trey Moore, I think I said him. He's not playing. Ethan Burke is not playing. He's declared. That might be all for impact. I think everybody else is young, and those are honestly all of our older starters that are now that we were going to lose anyway. Right. So, and that's the thing I've been telling people about this Texas team all year is we're so young that this bowl game for me is a great opportunity to see. The starters will still start, like Colin Simmons will still be there. McDonald will still be there. Like all of those guys that everybody kind of knows is there. Arch Manning will play. Our entire offensive line will play. Our tight end will play, right? All of our receivers will play. All of those people because they're young. They're sophomores. But I'm actually looking forward to the next string of guys that actually will step in there and play because I think that's where Texas is really good. Is the guys that nobody knows yet that people will see for the first time during that game and they'll be like, who's that? Like where's he been? Like what is he about to do? And that's what I'm excited about.
So Flo, let me before we get into this game, what's your thoughts on your team's performance this year? Were you disappointed? Was this a playoffs or bust? What was the word around Austin this year regarding this Texas team?
Yeah, I think it was disappointing. I think one of the things that I think majority of people didn't expect was Arch to take so long, which is fine. I expected Arch to take a while. My issue was I don't think Sark was ready when Arch was ready. And I think that was our issue, is I think it took Coach Sark a while to realize what Arch could do well and what he couldn't do well. And by the time we realized it, it was in the tail end of the season. And then all of a sudden, Arch Manning looks amazing. Then the receivers couldn't catch. And then it was just kind of spiraled from there. So overall, I never thought 2025 was our championship year. I thought it was the year that we were going to need some work. And then we were going to get better throughout the season. And I've always said 2026 is our year. And I'm saying that not only because Arch will be older, but I think I don't think championships are won from the guys. I think they're won from everybody else. And I think our everybody else is what I think is going to get better and take us over the edge. I expect Arch to be Arch. I expect Ryan Wingo to be Ryan Wingo, right? I expect Colin Simmons to be Colin Simmons. It's the other guys. I need them to elevate their play a little bit. And I think they got that time this year. So for me, I was kind of like, I said 10-2, 9-3, make the playoffs. 9-3, it didn't shock me. It just, Texas, Coach Sark shocked me more than anything, not necessarily the team.
Yeah, no doubt. Maniac, go ahead. I know you wanted to. What was our topic right now?
All right. No, so look, man. In 2 days, Michigan and Texas concludes their season in the Citrus Bowl. From what you've seen from Michigan, what worries you? From what you see from Michigan, what problems can we give you guys defensively? Do you think that Michigan will be able to capitalize on? You think?
Is the running back playing?
Jordan Marshall is, yeah.
Okay. What's the other guy's name?
He's hurt.
Justice Haynes.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about that then.
Yeah.
I think that's the ball game. I don't think there's anything Michigan does on offense that I saw this year that gives me pause. Mainly because I think that was the most inconsistent aspect of Michigan's team this year. I don't think Bryce Underwood was used correctly. I don't think he was given the ability to throw as much as he probably could have thrown. And because of that, I think it impacted the progression of the offense. Again, this is all my opinion. So for me, heading into this game, now with all the coaching changes and all the different things happening, I'm actually curious to see how this is going to impact the offense that I felt like didn't really have a solid flow to really begin with. I never knew, was this an offensive team? Like, was this do we want to run? Do we want Bryce Underwood to throw? Like, I never really knew what it was. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if Bryce Underwood runs the whole game, that would be something that would be shocking. But Texas has faced a lot of guys that have scrambled, and without Anthony Hill Jr., we could struggle there. But there's not anything Michigan does offensively that makes me go, uh-oh, we might be in trouble here.
No, I mean,
it's honest. I like it.
No.
So for me, I do think that Michigan was able to run the ball pretty effectively this season, no matter who was back there, whether it was Marshall or Haynes. Heck, even our third string running back, I think against Maryland, right? He went over 100 yards.
Correct.
Every game this season, the starting running back went over 100 yards, except against Ohio State and USC, right? So there is that. And against USC, obviously, Justice Haynes got hurt halfway through. Against Ohio State, I don't even want to talk about it. But it just got bad after Jordan Marshall came out of that game. So I do think if Jordan Marshall is healthy, right, that we will be able to run the ball a little, right? How effective that is yet to be seen. How effective he is after this injury is yet to be seen. But I think that is Michigan's best play. Granted, Andrew Marsh had, the second half of the season was amazing. And then we played Ohio State, where we just couldn't do anything offensively, I guess. But Andrew Marsh, I think, is a threat against anybody. And if they've worked out some of those things with the passing game, then yeah, but you're right. We haven't seen that in any consistent way to deem that as, something that should worry Texas in terms of Michigan's pass game. It certainly wouldn't worry me if I was Texas at this point. But the run game, I think, is real. Old man on the sticks. What do you think?
Honestly, I feel like playing Texas, we're going to have to do what we've seen be done to beat Texas, and that's keep Arch Manning as uncomfortable as possible. If you get him to where he has happy feet and he starts making just quick throws before the receivers get out of their break, which he has done all year, I feel like that will work in our favor. But what scares me is that our defensive line has not been getting home because we're not confusing on the D line to do so. So then when you blitz, if you're going to do that same type of blitz, running with the linebackers, then you're really giving Arch Manning an easy pass over the middle, which he will use. He will tight end you to death if you allow him to. We all know that that's his go-to first and foremost. So we need to figure out a way to get him to be uncomfortable, right? When it comes to the offensive side of the ball for us, we don't even know what offense we have. We know that the guy that we initially had is now gone to another school, right? He has another job. So I think the craziest thing Michigan can do is just throw the kitchen sink at him. Because it's going to be a whole new team anyway. It's going to be a whole new philosophy, a whole new look. Just throw the kitchen sink and let the chips fall where they may. That's the best thing you can do. And if we come out on top, we come out on top. But we have to come out swinging. We can't come out being passive aggressive. Oh, just try to. No, 1st and 10, sling it. Let's see what happens. Because that's the reason why I'm saying that is because they're expecting you to run. Do something they're not expecting you to do. Right. They're going to load the box. If they load the box, you're only making it tougher for your running back to try to get out. It's going to be tough for Marshall to get out of there, right? So if we come out just spreading them out a little bit and just throw every shot that we've never taken, throw it. Because at the end of the day, we're a new team. So you have nothing to lose. Half of these coaches that's going to be out here won't even be here next year. So right now, what you're doing is you're literally putting film together to try to get another job. So you better do your job. And that's how I would look at it. That's exactly how we can beat them. If we allow Arch Manning to be comfortable, then it's going to be ball game.
Real quick before you go, Maniac, Matthew says Arch is good versus the blitz. He struggles when teams only get home with 4. Can Michigan do that?
Like what I just said.
Yeah, there's no reason to believe that we can. With any consistency. We haven't done that. So yeah, there's that. So, now, granted, Derek Moore did have a run there, 3-4 games where he was doing pretty well. Mm-hmm. He can get home, certainly, but if I had to bet on it, I wouldn't bet on the front 4 getting any consistent pressure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so offensively, it sounds like a lot of your running backs are leaving, correct? Flawed?
All of them except for one that is on scholarship and one that is transitioning to become a running back for this game, I believe.
And they all left because they don't run the ball. He was recruited as an athlete,
though. So what'd you say?
Did they leave because of the lack of running of the run game?
Without saying too much, some of them demanded more money than we were going to give them for that position. We also got a new coach at running back. So what he wants to do with that room is a little bit different than what they wanted. And then we also got, I believe Cooper is like one of the number 1 running backs in that room. And I know that there's a couple of people there after. So I just think it was time.
Okay.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. No. So yeah, your leading receiver, is it Trey Wingo?
Ryan Wingo.
Ryan Wingo. Trey Wingo. Look at me.
He's definitely
Trey Wingo.
Yeah, he's definitely
Ryan,
he's our number 1. So our receiver group is interesting because what I saw and what I know they want to do is not the same thing right now. So I think that's something I'm going to be watching in this game to see if that transition starts to happen. So we have Ryan Wingo and we have I just drew a blank. He came from Stanford. And then we have McCutcheon, who's a rookie. He didn't get a lot of playing time, but he was always kind of the first guy in, right? If somebody had to tie their shoe or come out or whatever. And so he's there. What is the guy? I cannot think of his name.
Shout out to Dre Fame.
Shit about that later. But so yeah, I think our receiver group is where we're the most interesting, I think, because that is where we carry a ton of talent. Like our DB room, our safeties, and our receiver room in our defensive line is where we carry our most talent. That is where we have the most to rotate in. So that is what's going to be fascinating, is to see who gets in this game, because that's going to kind of tell us, right, who's on that depth chart. And it's going to be interesting to see if that means some of them are staying or going or what's going on. So that's the deepest room. That receiver room is a pretty deep room right now.
Yeah. Speaking of Sark, somebody, Dre Fame, I think, brought this up. It's right there.
Dre Fame, what up, Sam?
Absolutely. Shout out to Dre. Huge Michigan fan. Legendary tailgates. Be sure to check those out anytime you're at Michigan. But there have been some rumors about Sark maybe looking at the NFL as a possibility. Are you guys hearing that? And is that noise loud in Texas?
Yeah, not loud where we are. If Sark left, I believe he would owe the university $12 million and his buyout, because the way his contract is structured, he just got renewed. Hasn't even been a year. Because of that, there's things in there that he would have to actually pay the university back $12 million plus his buyout. So I would be shocked if the promises and things that he's made to the Manning family, if he decides to go to the NFL. I would just be shocked. I would just be shocked.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
What is his buyout, by the way?
So I don't know what the total buyout is. I just know that right now he's not even in buyout territory. He's in payback contract territory. So it would be that plus buyout.
He ain't going nowhere.
Usually,
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, usually you got to get to like the base pay buyout, and then you get to the payout pay. I don't even know if anybody's ever posted the actual payout, because at this point he's got to pay back his salary.
All right,
that's crazy.
So Flo, who wins this game Wednesday and how?
I think Texas wins the game, unless there's turnovers. Obviously, that's the greatest neutralizer. That's that. I think Texas is going to win the game, and I think it's going to be because our offense is going to be more consistent. And I don't know what our defense is going to do. I just trust what they have going on there, as opposed to what I've seen Michigan do this year. But it's a bowl game. You never really know. I mean, I honestly, I'm going to say this out loud, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't even know if Arch will play the second half of the game. So if that happens, then things change.
The disrespect.
But it's not that. It's that we have three 5-star quarterbacks that are behind him. And at some point, you kind of got to see what you got. I mean,
right. And
if we don't have a spring game, when else are we going to see what's going on?
Oh yeah, you guys are one of those schools that can't play the spring game, right?
Yeah. So for so for me, it's not about like some of these other things it's not about anything about disrespect or anything. I think that sometimes you really do have to see. You can't have 2 5-stars and 3 5-stars just sitting there, not even getting a chance. It's a bowl game, especially if we're not doing spring games.
That's a fair point. Sticks, talk to me. Who wins this game? Why? What's the score?
Hold on, Flo. You didn't give me a score.
Oh, I don't do well in score predictions.
I know, but if you had to just guess, we're just gonna put it in the air.
It's a bowl game, so I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go. Give me something disrespectful, just because I'm here. Let me go 34-17, just to piss people off.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sticks, same question to you, man.
We're already a 7.5 favorite. Initially, it was 8.5, so now it's down to 7.5.
We're favored?
No, we're underdogs. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were 8.5.
Weird.
My bad. We was 8.5 under, and now we're 7.5. So something's happening. But either way, I look at it as simple as this. As long as we don't fall for the double moves on the outside, I feel like our defense will keep us in this game. The bend but don't break mentality. And I'm looking at probably, I say 27-24 us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maniac, what you got for us?
Yeah, Michigan by Billy. Put the house on. No, look. Anyone who watches football closely, you got to favorite Texas in this game, especially offensively. They do have more of an identity than Michigan does, or a more consistent pass game. We don't know how well their run game would be come Wednesday. Arch he has gotten better as the year went on. We joked on him. He pissed me off week 1 because I really felt you guys could have won that game against OSU. And
Right.
Arch just made some horrible plays. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he finished the season very well, man. So I think he's going to have a big game. But like Stick said, it has to be a bend but don't break. I think Texas will move the ball, but once they get into the red zone, Michigan must, and I repeat, must hold them to field goals. And if they could do that, I think Michigan's going to have a great chance. But if, Arch he's in that pocket, he got time, he could pick that secondary apart. Plus, the X factor, Arch's legs. That guy's an athlete. He could kill us with his legs. So, and when Michigan gets home, they're going to have to tackle this guy. If they're not able to wrap him up and he gets out, it could get ugly. So with that being said, man, of course I want to win, but I think Texas wins. I'm going to go 31-21. I don't know about our D-line, man, honestly. And it is. Honestly, this game for me, it's not about winning for Michigan. It's about preparing for next season. It's about setting the tone. Like, what we went through this season is like, bro, we need to get in here. And I want Bryce, just like you said, Spix, 1st and 10, throw a 60-yard bomb. I don't care. Do it. Just do it. This is like a preseason game. Yeah. Just do it. I want Bryce to throw 45 times this game. I don't care.
For me, by the way, shout out to Mar. Thank you for the $2. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. That's a fact. It is, especially now. Maybe 2 weeks ago, not so much. Today, it's great to be a Wolverine.
It's a lot better.
Can I just say, I like watch obviously you all's content. You can always tell what's happening in somebody's like world if you just kind of listen. And at first it's like, yeah. Now then it was like, oh God, is anybody gonna get? Like, who are we gonna get? This is getting awful. And then I was like, this is so bad. And then it was like, Coach got hired, and y'all were like, okay, all right, at least we have a coach.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's like at first, yeah. So anyways, shout out to you all for like keeping us updated on how you were feeling about the coaching.
We're the best barometer you can have for Michigan, how Michigan's doing. Shout out to 23 Tells. He just became a member. You should become a member. You right there.
Love that.
Become a member. Beats and Treats. Thanks for the $4.99. He says, damn, a Texas fan. Now I see where Flawed comes from. Tragic. Yo.
We can't all be perfect. Hey, I see a Lions logo somewhere over there too. And I know.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a bunch of Lions.
Yeah, and some of you have been
stalking
my channel and know that I'm a Steelers fan also. So I also see those comments. So
Ripstar is definitely going crazy on the Steelers. Ripstar will find your weakness and exploit it. I
love it. I always say you can't troll a troll. I don't get to show up like this and not be able to troll myself. So
all right. So for me, I think like Maniac said, realistically, everybody probably outside of Michigan fandom thinks that Texas is going to win this game, right? But I think riding high off the Whittingham hire, Biff Poggi wanting to prove a point that he can coach football too, Michigan takes Texas into a phone booth, bodies them, body shot after body shot, and I'm talking Jordan Marshall here, body shot after body shot until they can't stand up anymore. Give me Michigan 17-14 in a close game. Low scoring game. It's got to be low scoring, I believe, for us to win. But
if it's low scoring, if it's low scoring, that's a good Michigan score.
All right, Flawed. Look, we are going to get into some college. What we got next? Actually, I don't know what we got next. The conference is undefeated so far. The Big Ten Conference is undefeated in bowl games. All right, we'll get you out of here on this. Because really? I know you got things.
I get to get kicked off. Golly.
Oh no, I thought you got things to do. If you want to stick around, stick around.
Imagine being kicked off in public. Golly, it's so rude.
No. I know Lynch Max feels the same way, by the way. But no, stick around, man. No, you got time. Here we go. Big Ten Conference undefeated in bowl games. Listen, last year Big Ten did another great job in the bowl season. Maniac, talk to us. What have we seen so far?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not a conference cheerer. I don't love the Big Ten. I'm a Michigan fan. F every other Big Ten team because them winning does not do anything for Michigan. So
Right.
I was never a fan of that, right? So, but there's a lot of people that buy into that. Oh, the Big Ten is undefeated. They are. You got Illinois, Tennessee tomorrow. You got Iowa, Vanderbilt, I think Wednesday.
That's
So
gonna be a
you
good
got some
one.
good,
That's a good
you got
one.
some good Big Ten SEC games that's gonna happen in the next 2 days. And of course, you got Michigan, Texas. So that's 3 key SEC Big Ten games. But again, if I'm just looking at it like most people look at it, it's good for the conference. Oh, look our conference. But at the end of the day, I don't give a bleep. I really don't. I only cheer for this team right here.
Right. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Sticks, how you feel about Michigan being undefeated in the bowl season? I mean, not Michigan.
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
I like where you're going. Hey, talking into existence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and keep saying that. Like, I feel like how Maniac feel. I don't really care about any other school, to be honest. Like, and that's just. I mean, I see what you're doing, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. I could care less that Penn State beat Clemson. Both of y'all sorry to me. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, because I'm trying to knock paint off of y'all next year. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So whatever's on my enemy's plate, I could care less about. You see what I'm saying? So with us, I just want us to make sure that we get the fighting for a Big Ten championship. So the conference is going to do what the conference is going to do. It's a good conversation. It's a good talking point for all those who believe that our conference is better than your conference and the matchups. But at the end of the day, it's any given Saturday.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday or Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, right now, yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's definitely any given Saturday.
Flawed, do you root for a conference? Do you care if the SEC is doing well, the Big 12, the old Big 12? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I don't care either. I don't think it doesn't mean anything. I think whenever you have all these teams having, sit outs and all these things,
right?
And I'm gonna say this, but I think this is kind of like a loser mentality whenever you're so excited about your bowl game. That means you didn't make it to where you're supposed to make it to. So for me, I'm kind of like, it's like cheering because somebody got like 4th place, but they finished, and you're like, but it's like 4th. You realize that, right? Like it's not.
Right.
So for me, I'm just like, I don't really care. What matters here? Championships, how many players you get drafted in the NFL. Those are really more important to me than who wins a bowl game. Because if you win the most bowl games and you have nobody drafted or not a lot of people drafted into the NFL, Big 12, maybe ACC, then what does that even matter?
Mm-hmm.
It makes you the tallest midget.
Yep.
And let's be clear why this narrative was born. When the SEC, this was all media. They ran with the SEC and they made this about conference. And then what made it worse was that they came up with a chant, which is right there. SEC. Like you're really like when Alabama was winning all these natties, what did Auburn get out of those? No, that's like your neighbors,
it just means more. All of that.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like your neighbors hitting the lotto, and you're like, "Yay! My neighbor hit the lotto." Okay, are you gonna get any of that? No. So shut up. Like it don't make sense.
Hey, Maniac though, and I'm gonna tell you because like I'm born and raised in
Michigan.
SEC
country.
No, I'm born and raised in Michigan, but now you know what I'm saying. I bought a house in Georgia, and I hear this because Georgia's a weird dynamic. You got all I see is Alabama flags everywhere in Georgia. So weird, and then you see your Georgias obviously, but and then you'll sprinkle Auburn here and there. But literally, what I hear is because I'm the Michigan man with the flag out front, so hey, oh man, hey, shut up, watch your mouth, like you know what I'm saying, right? So then we get to talking, and it's always, well, the Big Ten, hey, bro, I could care less. I don't care what the Big Ten does. Like, we're talking I was like, case in point, they said, "Oh, Big Ten, y'all won the championship 2 years in a row. Y'all should be happy." I was only happy for one of those. Like, period, point blank. I could care less what Ohio State did. I don't care about that. Well, y'all conference looks, shut up. I don't care about it. But down here, I've literally watched them say, even when their team's losing, hey, nobody's going to beat the SEC, though. We beat up on each other, but we are a united front. That sounds crazy. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Because Alabama and Georgia is a definite rivalry. Like, that's a rivalry. Auburn and Alabama. You have all these, Florida and Georgia. Like, you have all these rivalries, and then y'all one united front, and y'all kumbaya and hold hands. Now, that don't happen up north. It's cold up here, man. It's cold up here.
Yeah.
So I also think, so first of all, no, I do not chant SEC. I think that's weird. I think it's very weird. But I was adopted into this conference because of Texas.
Oh,
so there's a little bit, there's a little bit of difference. I will say this though, in defense of the SEC, if you've never been in the South and you've never been to an SEC football game and you've never felt the SEC crazy and the SEC fandom, I went to a Georgia-Texas game this year. Their fans were barking at me and they meant it consistently everywhere. Like, my point is I think that it's in SEC football's in the deep South. If you don't know anything about the deep South, you don't really understand what deep South really means. And it's a little cultish. I'll say it. It's a little Penn State-ish, right? It's a little cultish where it's like, and everyone is like that about their team. Everything is all football all the time. They don't care what you do in basketball. They don't care what you do in anything else. It is all football all the time. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year when it's cold. Like, so I understand the SEC thing because it is like that. These people, like, they really believe that. So it's not just a play. Like, the traditions, the culture, like, so I'm just saying, like, I know it's a little psychotic and people are like, come on, but even like Kentucky, Mississippi State, insert Arkansas, insert school that's not very good. They also have a little bit of that to them. Yeah. That's not normal. Trust me, I came from the Big 12. West Virginia didn't act like Arkansas. Like, they just, so I'm just saying, like, there is a little bit of cult crazy happening in the deep South in the SEC. I'm just saying, if you don't know anything about the deep South because you've been up north your entire life, just Google it. Just Google the deep South and you will know exactly what I'm saying.
No, we know. I don't want to get into it, but I know I can imagine what the deep South is.
Exactly.
I know a place that Maniac is not welcome, and that is wherever Ole Miss plays.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And it's like that, and
no
they
parts
believe
of that.
it. Yes, and they believe it. Like, I could go anywhere in July or in June. Football's not even happening. And if I have on like a Texas Longhorn shirt, they're like, "This is dog country." I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, football's not even in. Like, what are we doing? Like, anyways, they take it very seriously. So,
yeah. No, they definitely take it serious. I mean, you can see it even on it's on the internet now, right? They talk. You go to a Twitter space with SEC people, and they're talking about it. You watch Paul Feinbaum. Those people who call into his show are crazy SEC fans, right? So, it absolutely makes sense. And it means more. I think it does for them. It does. Football means more for them down there, right? That's really all they have in the South. No disrespect, respectfully.
No, it is. And baseball. But give them baseball. Baseball too.
No, they absolutely love their baseball too. But yeah, so it is a little different for us up here. Yes, please.
Somebody asked, were they barking at you like the guy barked at his boss on the commercial? Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
That's real.
Yep.
Like, we know it's on the commercial and it kind of seems a little crazy. I am dead ass serious.
No, I'm in Georgia. I know. Trust me, it's a real thing.
Like, they really bark. I'm not joking. Bark.
Yeah. So that he's talking to that said, the Big Ten is undefeated right now. We'll see what happens going forward. We'll keep you posted, I guess, if they continue this streak. But moving on, CFP. This is our last topic of the day. Let's talk a little CFP. We are in the quarterfinals now, right? First game, Who's playing? Is it
OSU.
Miami, Ohio
It's
State?
Miami, Ohio State.
Miami, Ohio
Miami,
State.
Ohio
Monday.
State. First game out the gate. Let's talk about it. Maniac, who wins this game? Why do they win it? Who moves on?
First of all, you know, my hate for Ohio State is hate. Like the Deep South, when you talk about the Deep South, I have a deep hate for Ohio State, but I'm also a realist at the end of the day. Miami offensively, they're not good offensively, but what they have to do is shorten the game, run the ball, be stubborn, second and short, throw little 3-4 yard passes. Hopefully a player can make a move and sustain drives. Sustain. Even if you're not scoring, 3-4 minute drives, win the field position. Because Miami's defense, I know yesterday on Johnny's show, I was watching it, a lot of OSU fans was disrespecting they keep saying they have an elite. I'm not saying they have an elite D-line, but they have a very good D-line. And we've seen this year, whenever OSU plays against a team that can match their physicality, they don't look like these world beaters. I mean, Flawed, you saw it with your team.
Mm-hmm.
You only lost 14-7, right? Then
Hey, what
they
if we're
lose
world beaters? Just give you a hard time.
then they lose to Indiana. Shit, even Washington was holding their own against them. So if Miami just don't turn the ball over, do not put their defense in bad positions, I think they're going to have a great chance of winning this game. But I think when it's all said and done, OSU just too much firepower offensively. I think they just find a way to win. I'm going to go Ohio State 23-13.
Okay. Old man on the sticks. Who wins this? Why? Talk to us.
I'm being non-biased, but the way I look at it is there's a couple key factors. Factor number one is, can that front four from Miami get home?
Right.
If they can get home and make Sand uncomfortable, as we've seen, that can be an issue because we know he's checked down Charlie. We already know that he's not going to throw further than 10 yards unless it's wide open. We already know that. He doesn't. Just being honest, he really tries to protect the ball because I guess Ryan Day told him you better not. But the other thing is it depends on what Carson Beck shows up.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the Carson Beck that just be throwing to be throwing, then this game gonna get ugly fast. It's like I'm telling you now. But if you get the Carson Beck that can game manage, puts the ball in not in harm's way, then that'll also be a plus. But there's one thing that we're not talking about that is really intriguing to me. Ryan Day will be calling the offense.
Mm-hmm.
How are you? That may be their Achilles heel.
I agree. He's pass happy. He's pass happy.
Exactly. And you've designed your offense to fight in a phone booth all year. To now try to be more of your play style may be an issue. It just may be an issue. So look for that. But if I looked at it, I would give it, I would say 21-24. And I'm going to go with Miami.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'll say this. You mentioned real quick, you mentioned Carson Beck. Man, if he wants to silence the haters, all the doubt he's got, bro, Wednesday, he could become a legend over in Miami.
For sure.
It's a fact. Really Flawed. Talk to us. Who wins this one? Why?
Yeah. So can I do a shameless plug right now for my channel? So I previewed all 4 of these teams on my channel. And this game for me was the hardest one to make because I feel like they have a lot of same, right? Where it's like, okay, I'll give their defense line this. Well, then I got to give their defense so they have a lot of things that are similar. Mm-hmm. So for me, this comes down to a couple of things I said in the video, and I'm going to add one that I didn't add in the video, but I kind of wish I would have. First thing is coaching. I do not trust Miami's coaching staff at all. And when I agree. When I say I don't trust them, I mean at all, period, for anything. Because I watched them against that Texas A&M game, not realize that they had to run the ball directly down their throats repeatedly over and over and over and over, like they saw Texas do. That was disappointing, and it took them forever to pivot. That's concerning. in their 2 losses, they lost because their coaching and their offensive play calling was stale and it was bad, and Carson Beck played awful.
Mm-hmm.
That concerns me because I do think Ohio State has a great coaching staff. So that's an issue. The other thing that's going to go against Miami, and it's something we don't often talk about in the playoffs because we kind of forget the regular season happened. Miami's defensive players, their stars, have played so many snaps up to this point because they've had to, because they lack depth behind those guys. That, I think, is going to be a problem. And I think where Ohio State was able to blow teams out and kind of, second, it's kind of like first half, it's tight. And then by the second half, you're like, who's even in the game anymore? And those extra guys were getting the extra reps. I think that's where those extra reps come into play. Times like this, where you just need a second, where you just need a minute. And I think Ohio State is just a better, well-oiled machine. And so I think they're going to win this game. I think if Miami turns the ball over, I don't actually think they have a chance. That's like how severe I think turnovers could potentially be, because it gives that offense more time. So if I just had to pick a score today, I would probably go 24-14, mainly because one of the things I like about Ohio State that kind of annoys me sometimes is they don't score points just to score points. When they're kind of like Kirby Smart. Unless you're playing Texas. Kirby Smart, once he knows he won the game, he'll just like hand off the ball, make you defend the run the rest of the game. Like, he doesn't even care to run it up. He just wants to score points. And I could see Ohio State just wanting to, just do what they need to do to keep Miami from having the football. So Miami just cannot turn that ball over. That's huge. That can't happen. And Miami cannot have Ohio State go up like 10 or 4. Right. Then it gets a little tricky. So anyways, that's what I think. I trust Miami I trust Ohio State where it matters. Coaching and depth.
Yep. I like both of those points, by the way. And I agree with you. And it's a point I wasn't even thinking about, is that Mario Cristobal can't be trusted. We've seen it. That said, though, this is where I do think that they can cause some problems. That they can get pressure with 4. And if they can put Julian Sand under duress, then I think they have the best shot. I mentioned this on Johnny's channel yesterday. The difference between these 2 teams, in my opinion, is something that Flawed kind of touched on here. Miami has to play a near perfect game on both sides, right? They can't turn the ball over. They need to play a bit of keep away. And unfortunately, they haven't ran the ball excellent. They did run the ball pretty well against Texas, especially in the second half, I guess, really the fourth quarter. But they'll need to do that. And Tony is a superstar. He can make plays, right? And I expect that he'll make a couple in this game. That said, the margins for them are razor thin, while Ohio State can afford to make mistakes against Miami. Because if Miami gets up 10-0 on Ohio State, I don't feel like they're out the game. But vice versa, if Ohio State gets up 10-0 on Miami, we can basically get ready for the next one, right? So I do think that the margins are razor thin for Miami, but I'm going to go with Miami because I picked them, 2 weeks ago. Give me Miami with the upset over Ohio State. It's going to need to be kind of slow, low scoring. I'm going to go 23-20 Miami over Ohio State.
Love it. Can I just say that would actually be fun to watch Miami beat Ohio State? Like,
that would
ultimately, that would be fantastic.
Right. So, that would be like blowing up the Death Star. It would be great, actually. What's our next game, Maniac?
And then New Year's Day, the Orange Bowl, which will be Oregon, Texas Tech. That'll be at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Big 12 versus Big 10. Oregon looks like one of these teams that sneaky could find their way to the national championship. I think they're that good. But they also a team that they could lose. So I'm telling you this. I think this is going to be an extreme fist fight. Texas Tech, Oregon, physical game. We know Oregon has weapons all over the field. They can attack you horizontally, anywhere through the field. Oregon could attack you. So it's a hard offense to scheme for. But Texas Tech does have the defense. I hear people talk about their secondary, but they D-line and linebackers are elite. If they can make Oregon one-dimensional and get pressure on Dante Moore, you see him. He didn't look too great against Penn State. He didn't look too great against Indiana. And while both teams did, they
Iowa?
pressured him. Iowa as well at moments, right? So Texas Tech is going to have a great shot at winning this. But I'm going to go Oregon. I just think they have a little bit more, not a little bit. They just have more firepower offensively. I think they'll find a way to score and they get it done. But I think this is going to be another one-score game. If I had to pick a score, I go 27-20 Oregon.
All right, Sticks.
I think this is going to be a 100-yard dash. I think this is going to be a race. Only reason why is just because I don't see Texas. I mean, like when we look at Texas Tech, I just don't see within their schedule an opponent that like Oregon. And I think that's what kind of makes me be like, you haven't seen this type of caliber of talent. And that's one thing I can give Oregon. They got talent, right? And you lived in a conference where you could do one-on-one matchups on the outside. It was not an issue. You do that with them. Boy, oh boy, somebody going to the house. Like just know. So I feel like this matchup is going to be interesting. It's going to be somewhat of a shootout. That's what I believe. And I'm still going to go with Oregon just because they're built for shootouts. They're definitely built for it. It doesn't bother them. Oregon's not built to play tough games. Like if it's defensive games, Oregon doesn't do well with those. Those they lose. But shootouts, hey, they got their track shoes on. So I easily give it anywhere between, I would say, 38, 31, 45, 35, something like that. But I give it to Oregon.
No doubt.
I like that. This is my favorite matchup of the weekend. These two teams are very similar and also very different at the same time. And so all year I've watched Texas Tech beat up on every team in the Big 12. And I've asked myself, like, could they have made that tackle if that guy was faster? Like, they're bigger than this team, but are they going to be bigger than another team that's actually really talented? And then the flip side of that, there's Oregon, where it's just like, they just look good. They just look good. Like they just look good. And I think Texas Tech is going to have to out Oregon. And what I mean by that is they're going to have to run a trick play on fourth down. They're going to have to try something tricky. They're going to have to do all of those things we see Oregon do because Dan Lanning basically doesn't have a conscience and he just like does whatever. Like I think Texas Tech has to do that and it has to work. Because if you do it and it doesn't work, they're going to lose. But if you don't try to knock them off of their rhythm a little bit, it's almost like bullying the bully, but in a finesse way. I think that's the only way that Texas Tech is going to be able to beat them because I think Texas Tech needs extra possessions. And Texas Tech, their only team that gave them issues this year is BYU the first time for a little bit of time until BYU started turning the ball over, and Arizona State because they were physical with them. And it was in that moment, and Arizona State beat them. And they had Leavitt, and yes, they had their old teams. It's a little bit different. But what happened to Texas Tech in that game is they were out physicaled. And I haven't seen them have to be physical since that game. So Oregon is going to have to bully them. And I think they can. They just have to come in with that mentality. Because once you not listen, we all know how this goes, right? Finesse teams, what do? You knock them on their ass and you keep it moving. Like that's what you got to do. You got to kick them and you got to scratch and you have to bully them. And I think Oregon can bully them. I like Oregon in this game. I do think it's going to be like a 40, 48, 42, like something random. Just some Dan Lanning's going to go for it on a stupid, 2-point conversion that everyone's going to be like, why did he go for that? But that's going to end up mattering at the end. I think it's going to be one of those games where, it's just going to be weird. And I'm excited to see it. I like seeing weird football by just talented teams because I do think they're both talented. I don't want to say I don't know if Texas Tech is that good, but I don't know if I think Texas Tech is that good.
Right. So for me, I'm going to get it out the way. I have to pick Texas Tech here because I also picked Texas Tech to make it to the championship game. So there's that. But I think in this matchup specifically, I think Texas Tech's defense is going to have to win the game. Oregon can run the ball. Oregon can pass the ball. Oregon can do all the things, and Oregon, quiet as is kept, people don't want to talk about it. They play great defense.
Man.
In Texas Tech, if they have a weakness, it's offensively. They don't put up a bunch of points, especially when, under duress. So look, the same thing for Miami applies here. They have less margin for error than Oregon has, right? But their defense is very, very good. And I think if they can show up and they can cause some turnovers, maybe get Dante Moore on the ground a couple times, control that Oregon run game. You can't shut them down, just control it. Then I think Texas Tech can win a dogfight, and I'm going to have them win this one 23-17. So far, I'm taking the underdogs, and I know, by the way, if my parlay hits on this, I'm out of here, baby.
Yeah, we won't see you anymore.
Right. Maniac, what we got next?
Indiana, then the Rose Bowl, 4:00, the granddaddy of them all, Indiana, Alabama. A game where it's weird that I'm not saying a lot, but people are picking Bama without a question. I think Indiana, man, is a Cinderella team this season. They showed that they could be physical. They showed they could be finesse. They could do it all. However you want to do it, we could do it. Is how Indiana plays, and they well coached. So I'm expecting another physical game, right? Because it just seems like Alabama did catch their second win, down 17-0 on the road in the playoff game, and they ended up winning. So this is a dangerous Alabama team coming in. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's no way Alabama wins this game. I could see them winning this game. I just think Cignetti understands that if he wants the respect that he really wants, these are the games you got to win. You got to win these games consistently. Just can't win one game a year, one big game a year. It doesn't work like that. He beats Alabama. Doesn't matter how he does it. In the Rose Bowl, the last time Alabama was there, they lost to a team called Michigan. So they got bad memories last time in Pasadena. I'm gonna go Indiana. Yes, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid and I'm putting extra sugar in that Kool-Aid. So I'm going Indiana in this game. I'm gonna go 27-17.
What kind of Kool-Aid are you putting in there? What's the flavor?
Listen, man, we gonna put a little bit of blueberry, some cherry,
Just gotta say red.
Right. Red Kool-Aid.
Red Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Cherry.
Oh man. So with this game, I feel like Indiana's defense is gonna be the deciding factor. One thing that's gonna hurt Alabama is that, especially if they try to run Jam Miller, is that they're not going to be able to get nothing done on the ground. That's going to destroy. You need to be able to run the ball to beat Indiana. That defense is for real. It's a number 4 defense in the country for a reason. Don't think that they're just coming out here willy-nilly. Oh, we're just happy to be here. No, they got a point to prove. Because remember, last year they made it to the playoffs and got beat by Notre Dame. This year we're the number 1 team. Just being honest, I got to call a spade a spade. I know we don't want to say it, but I got to tell them that. But what I'm seeing right now is it looks to me like this Indiana team's on a mission. Their defense is on a mission. Their offense is clicking at all cylinders. They can beat you many different ways. Alabama, you're not going against Oklahoma. The issue with Oklahoma when you play them is they went up 17-0, and guess what Oklahoma couldn't do? They couldn't control the clock with time of possession, right? But guess what Indiana can do? Because they have the running backs to do it. They have the offense to do it. They can slowly walk down the field and limit your possessions. And once I limit your time of possessions, guess what you're going to do? You're going to panic. And we can say what we want. When you got a lot of time, it's easy to get your rhythm. But when you don't have a lot of time and your possessions are limited, Ty Simpson will play outside of himself and make mistakes. We've seen him do it already, right? So I'm looking at it like this. Now, for Alabama to win, Alabama is going to need some help. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to need turnovers for sure. Their defense is going to, which they have a good defense. Don't think Alabama they have a decent defense. But to me, Alabama they're going to have to play so fundamentally sound. They're going to, and they can't make mistakes. And I just feel like with that, Indiana's going to beat them. So I'm looking at 21-17 Indiana.
Absolutely. Before you go, Flawed, I'm sure Lich Max is back there having a great time. His Ripstar production legend, which he is, by the way. Thank you, Lich. All right, Flawed, go ahead.
I don't think anybody appreciates how physical Indiana is.
Facts.
I don't think they appreciate how physical and aggressive their DBs are. I don't think they realize how physical and gross that defensive line is. I think everybody, I always say this. I think if Indiana had a Texas logo on their helmet or a Michigan logo on their helmet, everybody would be like, this is them. Like, this is the team. Like, and so I like Indiana, and I like Indiana a lot. And the thing I like most about Indiana is they're not going to flash. They're not going to do anything that makes you go, oh, it's because of that. They're just going to keep going. And I think the analogy that I randomly came up with when I was making my video is Indiana is like the aggressor in a fight, in a boxing match, and Alabama's a counterpuncher. And I think Indiana doesn't care if you don't score. They're going to try to score, and then they're going to try to score again and again. They're going to keep coming forward. And I don't think Alabama's used to that, because that used to be who they were. And so there's a little bit of this here where I feel like this could be a changing of the guard. I like Indiana in this game. I think the people who have said that they have been watching Indiana, I've been listening to them talk, and I know for a fact that they have not been watching Indiana, because I've seen Indiana play a lot of games. Even their blowouts, they were still running over teams and pushing them and getting 15-yard penalties because they're aggressive. And you don't teach that out of people. You just are. And so I like Indiana in this game. I think Indiana is going to shock Alabama. I think it's going to be like a 34-20, and everyone's going to be looking up going, what the hell just happened? How did that even happen? And, you know, especially if Alabama's receivers can't catch the ball. That's a problem.
Yep.
Huge problem.
It's been a problem.
Yeah, big problem. And they can't run the ball. So I'm just like.
Yeah,
they cannot run. Yeah, that's fair. Flawed, no, it's fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So let me get this out the way. Johnny Olden Jr., thanks for the $2. He says, M3, stop the live. Google Kurt Sitnetti. Pause. What we pausing for? But first of all, we talking football, Johnny. We don't pause. We talking football. All right.
Yeah, then things get awkward because I don't ever say pause. I'm like, penetrate right up the middle. No pause.
Well, that's never mind. Go ahead. Yeah, go to the next one.
Okay.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's football talk, right? They were getting penetration up the middle. Like, that's football talk.
Yep. Like, listen, because this is a family show. All right. This is I'm about to.
You played yourself.
Can't take me anywhere.
People off. All right.
I invite myself on this show. I just stay on the show. Okay, I didn't invite myself on the show, but I did invite myself to stay on the show.
Right. Yes, Ripstar, that was Lich Max. It was great timing too. Good job, Lich. Here we go. For me, I just think eventually Indiana's lack of talent, and I'm talking top end talent, comes back to bite them. All right, listen, don't get me wrong. I did a live immediately following the Big Ten championship, and I stand by everything I said about Kurt Sitnetti. Kurt Sitnetti is absolutely everything that Kurt Sitnetti thinks he is. He is him. X's and O's why I don't think there's a coach better than Kurt Sitnetti in college football. That's how high of praise I'm giving him. If it's X's and O's, Kurt Sitnetti over everybody, right? That's not to say he's a greater coach than Ryan Day, because I know Buckeye fans about to get their panties in a bunch. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's greater than Kirby Smart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if all things were equal and you just had to come up with schemes to beat the other team, give me Kurt Sitnetti. That said, they went and beat Ohio State with a blue chip ratio discrepancy of 67-7. All right. Alabama's, I believe, is better than that. I think they have more than 67 blue chippers on this team. Granted, Alabama lost 3 football games. Yes, Alabama does have the nastiest loss of the season, honestly. Who would have thought losing to Florida State would be considered just a gross and vile loss? And that's exactly what it is. But also, Alabama did beat Georgia during the regular season. They do have a bunch of wins over ranked teams. Now, granted, I do think the SEC props up teams, but that's for another story. That's for another live. This is where I think the problem lies. I don't think that Alabama can run the ball effectively. That's fair, but I do think they can run the ball enough and get enough good runs in this game to keep Indiana honest, and they just have better athletes than Indiana. That's just the bottom line. If Ryan Williams finds himself and his hands, nobody on Indiana's roster can do anything about it. By the way, it's not just him. He's probably the second best receiver on the team now. I just think if Ty Simpson is good, then he's better than Mendoza. I know it's blasphemous to say the Heisman Trophy winner deserved the Heisman Trophy. Don't get me wrong. Ty Simpson's better than him. Ryan Williams is better than everybody. They have a lot of guys that are better than everybody on Indiana's team. Bottom line, that's how I feel. Sue me. I think Alabama wins this game. I don't think it's particularly close. I'm going to go 24-10 Alabama.
Wow.
Man, Maize, hold on now. Okay.
Are you okay? Do you feel better?
Man.
Feel great. Feel good.
All right.
All I got to say is only 11 can play. That's it.
That's
Only
fair.
11 can play.
That's fair. But the depth is one of the things we've been talking about in these games. And when I can reach back and grab another 5-star, and you reaching back and grabbing the dude who was at Burger King Tech last week, guess what? I'm winning. All right.
I'm not even touching that one.
Yeah. No, man. And of course,
yes, sir.
The prime time game, this will be the Sugar Bowl. We got a rematch, Ole Miss versus the Georgia Bulldogs. A game where Georgia won earlier this year in Athens. Tough, close game. Ole Miss put up a lot of points on Georgia defense, but that was before they found a niche. Right now, Georgia is arguably, the best team in college football. Again, you heard what I said, arguably. So it's always hard to beat the same team twice. And this Ole Miss team is no slouch. I know a lot of people say, oh, they defense suck. Listen, they only lost one game, and that was to this Georgia team by one possession. Doesn't matter. They could play with any team in the country. This is neutral field. But again, Kirby Smart, the best coach in college football, hands down, bar none. They get it done. But I think it's going to be a scare. I think they're going to give Georgia a scare. I don't think this will be a domination. I think they win this game. And I'm talking about field goal. 27-24, Georgia gets it done.
Go ahead, Sticks.
All right. Definitely going to be an interesting game. We can't deny the fact that Ole Miss has the number 2 offense in the country. That offense is nasty. That offense is scary, and that offense is explosive, and they will score. The only thing, if you watch that last game, which I did, and you've seen how Ole Miss was winning the whole time.
Yep.
They lost at the end. So that lets you know that this can be an upset. Please do not think that Georgia's just going to steamroll Ole Miss. No. It's not going to happen. This is going to be a very, very good game. That's why it's the primetime game. But what I can say is what works in Georgia's favor is they don't have Lane Kiffin. You can say what you want, but that head coach means a lot. And Lane Kiffin is that guy when it comes to these type of situations. And so you're not going against Tulane. It was easy to do what you get against Tulane, but now you're going against a coach, and like Maniac said, arguably one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in college football as of right now. So you best believe he done schemed up something whole new different. And I'm telling you now, being down here in this so-called Georgia country, and I'm watching, I'm getting all the footage. These jokers are hitting. right now. And I'll tell you, they hitting. Listen to what I'm saying to you. They are hitting. And you like, well, why would y'all go so hard? He do not care. They trying to tear each other's heads off, man. So they coming with a certain physicality. They're coming to play ball, right? So I'm going to give me Georgia, and I'm going to say 31-17.
Okay.
That's a blowout.
You did make it sound like this was going to be a nip and tuck.
But look, though, look, the key factor for me is the fact that you don't have Lane Kiffin. So your new DC is this is his first pressure game. So my first pressure game is a playoff quarterfinal game. I'm in trouble because I don't know how to adjust. Now he's going to learn from this, but he's going to get out coached.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin Lane Kiffin is going to be the reason why this Ole Miss team loses. And I think for a lot of reasons. A, because he's not there. B, because his team now doesn't have an identity. C, because he also gives a lot of these players easy outs, because once it's over, they can go ahead and jump in that transfer portal and go ahead and make that move to where they're going to go to. And I think anytime you're playing against a team like Georgia who wants to strangle you repeatedly over and over and over until you quit, it is going to be very easy for them to quit. It's going to be very easy for them to tap out. And I think Kirby Smart is the best coach in college football. Respectfully, I don't even think it's close. And I think what makes him a great coach is his ability to motivate his team, his ability to make his team feel like they're the scum of the earth and everybody thinks that they're awful, because that Georgia team thinks that, like, they think they're the underdogs. I don't know how he does it. They actually believe that. So that's respect to him. And I just think he's going to do things in this game that he's almost going to play with his food a little bit. He's going to present challenges to the Ole Miss. They're going to be looking at each other like, what was that? Like, what was that formation? What was that play? Wait, did he fake that punt? Like, before you can even listen, Texas has played them now 3 times. And every time I say the same thing. I'm like, what was that? Like, what actually just happened? And I think that's what he's going to do. And so does Ole Miss have a chance? Yes, if Georgia turns the ball over. But even that, I don't know. Georgia is physical. I've seen it up close and personal. Yeah. I think if Ole Miss beat Georgia, I think that would actually be a bigger upset than if Miami beat Ohio State, only because Ole Miss doesn't have a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have your head coach. I mean, like, who's leading? Who's in charge? Like, do we buy in yet? What is his scheme? Do we like him? Like,
yeah, but that dude Chambliss, man, he's a hell of a quarterback.
He's real. Yeah, he's real.
Yeah, he's good.
It's tough.
And he's
going to
go
be good.
That Georgia defense.
No, you're right. I mean, look, but they won't be intimidated. I tell you, Ole Miss is going to come to play.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I believe that. But like I said, I think Georgia is going to treat them like a dog with a bone. They are going to be the bone, and because that's how they play. To be fair, that is how they play. But so I have Georgia 30-20. And it's an SEC game, so it wouldn't really surprise me if it was like 24-17 or just like something just ugly where you look up and the score's close, but you know Georgia has dominated the game.
Mm-hmm.
I could see something like that where you're like, well, yeah, but almost. But you're like, no, they didn't know. Georgia was going to win, and everybody knew it.
No doubt. I also think Georgia is going to win this game, and I think they're going to win it pretty handily. Shout out to KKK University. But I don't think they have a shot. And I'm speaking of Ole Miss. I'm sorry. I think that they're going to lose. I'm going to go with a score of 38-13. For all the reasons that everybody spoke about. Everybody here has Ole Miss losing, by the way. I just think that Georgia is peaking at the right time. I have Georgia in the championship game, by the way, against Texas Tech, by the way. And I think Georgia wins that game, but we'll get there when we get there on another live. I think that this game without Lane Kiffin is different than that first one. The first one was a little more emotionally charged, right? Mm-hmm. It's our first game without the coach. We want to prove something. And not to say that they won't go out there and try to prove something with these guys either, but you got to be way more disciplined against this Georgia team than you were against Tulane, quite honestly, right? And I just don't think that they'll be as prepared as they would otherwise, and that means with Lane Kiffin for this game without him. So I'm going Georgia big. That is that. We wrapped up the CFP, people. We have come to the end of yet another banger of a show, our last ever Maize Out Monday in 2025. Shout out to that. Also, very special guest, really flawed. Thank you for coming up and sharing with us everything. And tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Thank you for sharing everything and overstaying your welcome. You did.
It's fine. You didn't.
So you can find me Really Flawed Football. Was it Really Flawed Football or Really Flawed on YouTube? I'm actually Really Flawed everywhere. So
the description, she's actually her link is in this description. So everybody's is in this description, but yeah.
Yeah, so I talk football all year round, all the time, NFL and college. So I actually love the NFL more than I do college, but I talk about both of them all year round, all the time, and I have a lot of interesting opinions. So I like to bring a different perspective. Obviously, I'm a woman, so my perspective sometimes is just a little bit different in the way that I evaluate football.
You are.
So I love that. Also, if you do go to my channel and if you watch something or if you comment on a video, I respond to every single comment on all of my videos at all times. So if you want to engage with me, if you want to talk trash to me, if you want to do all those things, I love all of that. So bring it. Just be sure that you can take what I give. No pause. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So thank you for having
Rip is on his way.
No, but seriously, I appreciate you for inviting me on. Honestly, I appreciate you for inviting me on. I appreciate just like the kind words too that you help me with and the things that you share with me, like behind the scenes. I'll just say that. So thank you for inviting me. And it's been fun. I love this. Like I told you, like I can talk football. Like sign me up for that. I am going to show up anytime I'm invited to talk football, depending on who invites me. But yeah, it was amazing to be here. So thank you. And thank you, chat. I will be honest and say, chat, and I mean this, you guys aren't even bad at all. Like, I'm not like, you guys aren't bad at all. So I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the love. Yes, I can see the chat. Yes, I've seen every single comment, and nobody has said anything that I think is too crazy. So thank you for that, because you made the choice to be respectful, and I want to commend you for being respectful. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. We set a tone here. All right. By the way, I got to bring back my guy, Lich Max. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Oh, you can find me at the game over at the Gamers Sideline every Friday between 7:30 start time for Football Fridays over there. You can also find me at Lichmax626 everywhere else, and also right here on the best Michigan podcast on YouTube, or even maybe even the internet. We don't know yet. Numbers are still coming in. Yeah, the world maybe even. The numbers are still coming in. We'll know later on. But you can find me right here every Monday for Maize Out Mondays, where I am the producer in the back. Sometimes I host a Lich Pick. Sometimes they let me out of the basement to join the other hosts. But and I know you guys love that. You guys love that for me. So you can find me right here at the Maize Out Monday on Maize Out Monday, where I'm the producer. I host Lich Picks. We haven't had Lich Picks in a while, but if you want a Lich Pick, I'll tell you this one. This one's here's a free Lich Pick for you guys. The national championship game is going to be Indiana v. Georgia. Write that one down. Make that your prediction.
All right. Lich, ladies and gentlemen, you go with Lich Picks at your own risk. All right. Lich has lost many a person money this year. I've got the emails to prove it.
Hey, I made some people some money on some of the games, man.
Sure.
We balled out on a couple.
Sure, Lich. I'm joking. Old man on the sticks. Tell people where they can find you. What you got going on?
I can't even talk. You gotta be done. He said, "Sure, you did." All right. Old man on the sticks.
Put on the big screen. Anyway.
Wait, I was trying to be respectful because we tried to put you in the big chair.
Yeah, you said no.
Hi, it's me again. Hey, I'll end the show. Go ahead. I'll comb my hair.
All right. Go ahead.
Hey, man, it's Old Man on the Sticks. You already know. Old Head Sports Talk is Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. We get it cracking talking college football. So just pull up. Old Man on the Sticks everywhere. You already know what it is. And happy New Year to you all. And see y'all next year is what I'm saying, man.
Absolutely. My guy, the maniac himself.
The maniac. Listen, just go to my Instagram. That'll lead you to all my social media outlets. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Don't be a stranger. Plus, let's talk about it every week. I think I'll be going Maize. We're gonna talk. I think we're gonna do New Year's Day early, about 10 a.m. We're gonna do matinee. We're gonna do a matinee. So we'll do that. Yeah, and of course here, man, co-host of the #1 Michigan show, man, in the world, man. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Really Flawed. I'll go and then I'll let you close out the show. Listen, follow me everywhere. Actually, you can't follow me everywhere at Maize Madman anymore. I got to get used to saying that. It's Maize Out Sports, right? Maize Out Sports on Instagram and Twitter, all of those things. You can follow me on Twitter at M_Thrizzleton. Shout out to Richie Dubs for that. And be sure to check us out, man. Follow everybody's pages. They're in the description of this video. Happy New Year to everyone. I got to thank everyone again in the chat that helps me. You guys give me the motivation to come back here day after day, week after week. Shout out to my guy DK, who is the pit bull in the chat. You be respectful of DK. Get you out of here. All right. By the way, I'm sorry. One more thing. Be sure to follow my guy. He's also part of the network. This is my guy, Johnny Olden Jr. Be sure to check out his channel. I'm not sure if Johnny's still here, but don't tell Johnny what to do on Johnny's Live. All right. Now, Flawed, it's all up to you.
How do I look? All right, this is my moment. Okay. If you ever want a moment in life, okay, what you have to do is you have to invite yourself to stay. And then when you invite yourself to stay, you have to beg for screen time at the end of the show. Okay. No, seriously. I appreciate being here. And I would like to say that I have listened to this show since probably the summertime because I did my college football series. And I have been an avid listener for months. And I just want to say, I appreciate a couple of things. I appreciate the consistency that you all show. I appreciate the fact that all of you are doing this together. I also appreciate that you all are so welcoming. And I've never watched a show that I didn't laugh, that I didn't learn something, or that it didn't make me want to go research something else once I heard what you all were saying. So I might not like actively like tap in and be like, subscribe or say anything, but I'm always there. I'm always hitting that like button. I've been here for months. And I was kind of waiting for somebody to ask me to come on before I came on, but I appreciate being here. And seriously, thank you all for being amazing. And thanks for like trusting me to be here and to close out this show, because you never know what I'm going to say. You never know what's going to come out of this mouth. And I like it that way. Thanks.
All right. Yes.
Hey, yo.
We are out of here. We're leaving. Everybody know the slogan, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that mace and that lock and all that. I just don't get it. And how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.